Morning, guys. I'm looking a little bit bedraggled, aren't I? Hello, Blue. Should we get you sorted, my darling? Right, let's go out and get... Oh, are you trying to boop the camera, my dude? Right, let's get him out. Get all the rest of the ponies out of the way. And then we'll have a little catch up. Good boy, Bubba. You're getting the hang of this routine now, aren't you, my dude? Yeah. Trying to get Blueberry into new routines can be a bit a little bit hit and miss. He'll tend to hold on to the old routine and tends to try and convince you to stick with the old routine rather than going with the new routine. He's a creature of habit, bless him. Anyway, hello everyone. My apologies that we missed our Wednesday vlog slot this week. What's my hair doing? My goodness. I've been trying really hard to stick with like a proper upload schedule. I'm trying to take the channel a little bit more seriously. Well, I do take the channel seriously, but I've been trying to make myself treat everything a little bit more seriously. Try and like hammer down that routine a little bit. Really go for a bit more consistency with everything in my life. It's just a bit of a personal goal I'm working on, but again, I'm trying to get that into the channel. So yeah, we did miss an upload this week. I thought I had one more video left on my phone that I just needed to edit and upload, and it turns out I didn't. So by the time I got home from washing Fox turd off of Mr. Woodster, because he rolled in that, oh god, it was disgusting, the smell. Like I thought it was mud, so I was brushing him off, because he had an osteopath appointment the day after that. So I just was like brushing him off, thinking, yeah, I'll give him a quick tidy up. And then I brushed over what I thought was this mud, and it hit me, and I was like, oh god, it was horrible. So he ended up having a cold bath. And then by the time I got home and I sat down, I thought, oh, finally do some editing now and get my video up later than planned, but we'll get it up. And I was like, oh no, I don't even have anything to edit, so completely went down the toilet with that one. But yeah, this week has been super busy. Believe it or not, I've actually been off work this week. Wouldn't think it, because I've got hardly anything done. Well, no, that's a lie. I've got hardly any like everyday horsey stuff done. What we've been doing instead is working on something of a mega project. Yeah, we've got a very big project on the go. Well, kind of like a handful of projects actually. It's been very time consuming. Very, very mentally draining for me anyway. I find that kind of thing quite like mentally difficult. I'm definitely one of those people that's only got so much bandwidth to work with in a day, and have definitely been hitting my limits this week. We're just going to go out and move the fence before I let Nelly and Woody out. Probably should have let Stumps out. That was a bit tight, wasn't it? I could have let her out straight out with Blue. Oopsie. See what I mean about the mental bandwidth? I have hit peak brain fatigue as of about 10 AM yesterday. But yeah, big projects on the go, not done much horsey stuff. And so, because of that, I've not really done much vlogging. Gonna hopefully catch back up with that over the next few days. I'm gonna get electrified if I try to do this while holding you guys, aren't I? Yeah, just gonna move this fence over and let them out. But yeah, hopefully we'll be catching up on horsey vlogs. But one thing I was gonna give you guys a quick update on, which we'll go do in a second. So I'm just gonna show you how the boys' feet are looking. Yeah, I'll be right back, hang on. Right, that should be enough tasty snacks for these guys today. We actually have grass. We haven't had grass all summer. And now all of a sudden we have late season grazing. Kind of what I hoped for. That was kind of the logic behind having this field spread early, was that we would have late season grazing, but I'm so happy that it paid off, because they finally get some grass. Finally have some 2025 grass, because there was nothing all summer. Yes, where was I? I've lost my trail of thought already. Big projects, yeah, I've covered that. I'm not going to go into too much depth on the projects at the moment, just because they're still a work in progress. Yeah, all shall be revealed very soon. Right, should we get you out, missus? Oh, look at you, snot face. That's nice, isn't it? She's going to want to come out of here like a torpedo. Yeah, so hopefully... Get your... She snotted on me. Nice. Yes. Move your... I can't open your door when your nose is in the way. Honestly, woman. Nose, please. She's like, let me out, let me out. Nelly, no! Wrong field. Nelly, no! Not that field. That one. Twit. She's feeling very good at the moment, as you can see. Wire across. I'm really not doing very well this morning. Again, brain is... Oh God, I'm scared. It's gonna sting me. Ah. There we go. Oh no, that didn't fix my problem. I mean, I could just unhook that end. That would be the intelligent thing to do. Let's do that. We'll do it this way. This is chaos, isn't it? Hello, Twinkle Toes. Come on now. Right, I want you out with Mr. Blueberry. This way. Good girl. Well done, Ponyo. Good girl. Right, let's close that so we don't have Mr. Woodstock getting confused. Well, it's just going to be the theme of the day is confusion. Hello, sausage. You're so patient, aren't you? Yeah, anyway, while we're thinking about Mr. Woodstock here, you saw the osteopath the other day, didn't you? So he had a few sore bits, pretty much exactly where I thought they were. He gets lots of tightness up in his poll, which I knew about. And he's short in his hind right. He always struggles with his left canter lead. So hind right shortness. It's always been a problem for him. One thing I was very happy about though, is the fact that we've got no pain, no reactions whatsoever in his back. Because that's been playing on my mind, I'm not going to lie, that's definitely been playing on my mind. What with all the bucking and issues we've had. Like 99% sure they were to do with saddle fit and just general lack of fitness and ability. But it's just been very reassuring for me to know that we in fact do not have any pain. Oh, you pillock, ow. We don't have any pain in the back. We've just got a bit of tightness in the poll, a bit of tightness in the back end. His back's absolutely fine. So I'm really reassured by that. The plan with him is we're going to start upping his work over the winter now. Get him back out doing some long distance stuff. He's adjusted really well to being barefoot. Really, really well. That's what I was going to show you guys, wasn't it? We were going to show you footsies. So he is looking really quite lovely. Probably can't see it very well on this, can we? But yeah, we're looking very nice. Obviously, we've got a few rings and ridges which are going to grow out. Not worried about that. But yeah, those footsies are looking so much better. He's still got a slight tendency those heels to underrun. So where we've been working on stuff and I've been doing less horsey stuff, he's been doing significantly less work the last week or 2-3 weeks. And can I have this? Thank God. I've definitely seen it in his hoof growth. He's just like, the heels aren't underrun, but they're not looking as nice as they were like a month ago when he was doing the really regular road work. So that's something that I need to bear in mind. He definitely, come on sweet boy, he definitely needs to keep up lots of road work to keep wearing those feet down in a correct and good manner. Because apparently what he does of his own free will on an everyday basis just isn't enough to keep his feet worn down. He is, I always say, he is a very lazy dude. He's very laid back. And off he goes, look. Yeah, it's just something that I am going to have to bear in mind is that we are going to have to do quite a lot of work with him to keep those feet in good condition. In a lot of barefoot trimmers go on about this, that everybody thinks about diet and like trimming and general hoof care. But then one thing that a lot of people overlook, especially when you're in the winter and a lot of people don't have turnout and things like that, one thing that always gets overlooked is movement and exercise. The horse needs to move, it needs to use its feet, it needs to wear them down. That's a big part of hoof health. So yeah, need to keep that in my mind. But yeah, anyway, he's looking at them. I think he's feeling a little bit tender today from all his stretching and his alterations he had with his appointment a couple of days ago. I did notice he looked a little bit funky coming out there. Like he's not damaged, he's not, like, it's not a problem. It's just where he's had that shortness and he's had a few adjustments. I think it just feels a bit funny for him now. So yeah, we're gonna crack on with him. I'm really excited. That's just like the final piece of assurance I needed with him now. I'm looking forward to just cracking back on with him. I really am. Just really excited about that. And on to Blue's feet, because I did promise that I was gonna talk to you guys about feet today. Where did I put that wire? I really am having a skitty day today, aren't I? I don't know why I put this wire back on. Hang on. Alright, and Mr. Blueberry's feet, who's probably not going to want to stand still long enough for us to have a look because he's currently consuming his morning grass nuts. His feet are looking pretty darn good as well. So obviously we had a few major hiccups a little while back. Hello, my darling. I do actually need to get him in and give him his weekly rasp. But actually, did you have to headbutt me then? That was incredibly unnecessary. You ass. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if it's necessary, or we've got a bit of a nick there that I need to deal with. Hello, can you not headbutt me again, please? But yeah, I think growth rate has slowed down. Obviously, seasonal changes can affect horn growth rates. So I think that's helped us. Hello, Sweet Pea. You need your eyes washing again. She's got skanky eyes. She always has skanky eyes. But yeah, our farrier did, advise me. Just let you have a look at the back ones there. As you can see, we're looking a lot better than we were a little while ago. Excuse me, choking on air. This is good, isn't it? So yeah, our farrier advised us after our little explosion of hoof incident a while ago that I can be a bit braver with how I'm rasping his feet. So I'm okay rasping his feet, but it still makes me very twitchy because I'm not a hoof care professional. I have some knowledge, but I don't have a lot of knowledge. And in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, well, if I take too much off, I'm going to make him sore. I'm going to screw him up, and I don't want to do that. And so I do tend to be a little bit on the cautious side with my rasping in between farrier visits. And I was kind of encouraged to be a bit braver with what I was doing. I was shown a different technique of doing it. So because I struggle to hold the feet, I will tend to put their hooves up on a stand and rasp. I've got two stands. So I've got one where you put the hoof on top of it. I could probably show you guys actually rather than explain it to you. One sec, I'll go find the stands and I'll show you, and I'll explain the difference of what I've been doing differently. Okay, so I've got this type of hoof stand. And I've got this one. So that's my two hoof stands that I use. So obviously the difference being that with this one, the horse places its hoof on top like so. This is the one that I've been using that I've found the easiest to use. So one of the problems I have is that I really struggle to hold the horse's leg while I'm doing the rasping. Again, I've not had any professional training. I always watch our farrier whenever I can be here at the same time when he's working. I always watch him, look at what he's doing, and I try to learn as best as I can. But you've got to remember that these people do like multiple years of apprenticeship training and courses and all of this, that and the other. And so yeah, that's probably the biggest thing I struggle with, is just holding the leg and getting myself into the correct position. I also don't think it helps like the anatomy of our horses. Short cannon bones, stocky, heavy horses. It's just they're not the easiest to deal with. Woodster especially, he struggles to hold his legs up, so he puts a lot of weight on you. Blue less so, but then he is just big and bulky. And so I like using this because I can just put the horse's hoof up, all the weight's on that, and I can kind of work around and do my rasping with that. The problem with doing it on this is, obviously, the hoof is facing downwards, and when I'm trying to put my bevel on, and my farrier is trying to explain this to me, you really want to be doing it from the underside of the hoof. I don't know how to word this. I understand what I need to do, and I understand why I need to do it, but trying to word it in a way, like trying to then get it back out of my head and word it in a way that I can explain it to other people, I'm still not quite there yet. But it makes a difference. Rasping from above the hoof, down and around, gives a different result to rasping from the bottom of the hoof, and rasping like around the bevel that way, around the toe that way. And I've definitely noticed a difference since I switched that. Sorry, I've probably explained that really horribly. I've noticed a difference since I've done that. So I've been using this one more. I struggle with this stand a little bit. I think I just need to train the horses to it a little better. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit tricky. They tend to be a little bit uncomfortable bearing their weight on it. I think they feel like they're more comfortable putting weight on this, I would imagine, because it's like the foot's down, but then obviously their foot is like this on this one. And of course they can weight bear on it if they want to, but I think they're a bit nervous of doing that. And so it's teething issues, but we're getting used to it. And I've been a little bit braver with how much I'm rasping off, especially with Blue. Like really exaggerating that bevel, really making sure I have no sharp or square edges, like just putting a really big emphasis on rounding all the edges off. So there's no catching points. I've been encouraged to be a bit more aggressive, like when we start to get splits or little curls coming up, to really just kind of like really file those down. Like even if you end up with a bit of a dent in the hoof, like a bit of a misshapen bit, it's almost more beneficial to just nip it in the bud so it doesn't spread. And so I've been being a little bit braver with it, and I think that combined with the fact that the hoof growth rate has slowed a little has made a massive difference. Also, we have got some sand out here at the moment. I will go into that in further detail. Like I said, when I talk to you guys about the projects we've been working on, I'll go into all of that. But we've got sand out here now, and I think having them walk around on sand has made a massive, massive difference to the wear on the hooves as well. So loads of people sort of go on about worrying about sand over wearing the hooves, but actually I think it's done them the world of good. So that was another positive. Again, I'll go into more detail on that. There's a whole thing going on with the sand, but I'll go into that in another video. And other than that, we made some dietary changes. So Blue is on we put him on a Forage Plus winter hoof and skin supplement. It was recommended by a few different people I was speaking to, like hoof boot professionals and like barefoot trimmers and things like that. So we put him on that. Not seeing any massive changes yet. So obviously when you look at a horse's hoof growth, obviously new growth comes down from the top. I'm not seeing any massive changes in Blue just yet. With Woodster, however, I think they're shouting at a squirrel. The squirrel's gone, guys! You scared it off, well done. Taz is gone! It's shouting at nothing, mate. So yeah, not seeing any massive changes with Blue at the moment, but obviously he is the problem child with this issue. Everybody else, so the whole herd, is now on a slightly different diet. We've gone a bit more... I mentioned that we really cut a lot of things out of their diet. We were a bit spooked when Blue went down with laminitis. Obviously, we've had ongoing issues with obesity. And so we really cut their diets down to like grain-free, molasses-free, sugar-free, very, very basic. In doing so, we cut out a lot of things that they need unintentionally without really thinking about it. Then on top of that, the fact that we've had no real grazing all summer means that they've not been getting the nutrition from the grass that they would normally get. And that's resulted in really horrendous hoof and skin health all around for the whole group. So we've changed their diet up. They're getting a few more calories now. We're not quite so hardcore on what we're restricting with all of them. Nellie's looking really good, actually. She's put some nice top line on over the last month, which I'm really pleased with. And Woodster, I've noticed with him, I would go out and show you, but he's kind of being pushed around by Nellie right now, and I can't be asked to deal with that. Like, I go, she'll do this thing. So where we're strip grazing them, she'll do this thing where she'll just keep like pushing him along and moving him around. And I should have showed you the first time around when he was in his stable, and I didn't think. But on his hooves, you can see there's probably about this much visible now of really super good quality horn growing down from the white line. So his hoof health is improving massively. I've not looked closely at the girls. I've not really been studying their feet as closely. Again, I need to wash Blue's feet off. He is due for like a come in, a wash and a rasp and a proper check. So I will have a proper look at that later. Can't see anything obviously just yet, but fingers crossed we're going to see some really positive, healthy horn growth coming down on him as well. And I think we're moving in the right direction. The diet's definitely made a difference. So for anyone who's interested, we've got them on just a generic conditioning cube, an alfalfa mix, chaff, and linseed. That was the biggest thing that I insisted on. Oh, and they have not speedy beet, the other one, fibre beet with the alfalfa and the linseed in. And I've insisted that they have the extra linseed. And you can see the difference in their coats already. They're looking much brighter, much softer, much healthier. So yeah, I think we're moving in the right direction with all of that. Yeah, I think that's kind of it for the moment. No real major changes, like little things that I'm noticing that are moving in the right direction. Yeah, that's where we're at with the hoof thing. I think we're moving in the right direction. Oh, and I have finally ordered Blue's hoof boots. We've gone with scoot boots in the end. I ordered some fit kit shells. We tried a load on. I actually tried them on Woodster as well, but I don't think he's going to need them for the time being. Woodster's got quite nice feet, and he benefits from having them worn down more than Blue. So we're just going to roll with it with Woodster and see how he goes as we gradually increase his work. He might need them, he might not, we'll see. But yeah, I've ordered some boots for Blueberry. They should be here in the next week or so. Fingers crossed. I mean, we tried them on him and they seem to fit okay, but I'm still nervous that they're not going to fit, but hopefully, fingers crossed. It was the biggest size scoot boots that they do, the size 11s. I've had to order the extra long front straps to go on it as well because he was kind of bulging out of them a little bit. But I think it could work. Fingers crossed it could work. If it doesn't work, there's going to be a pair of scoot boots going up on our eBay page very soon. But, oh yeah, hopefully that works. And then we can get him back out doing some proper work. I just want to get them all out doing long distance, like walking and low grade trotting rides. That's what they need. They need the mileage. Schooling is great, but you need the mileage. This is what these horses need. They need the mileage, and I need feet in order to do the mileage. So yeah, fingers crossed things are slowly moving in the right direction. Hopefully we'll have another positive update for you guys in another month or so's time. I'll do another update then. And yeah, we'll try and get back to doing lots of awesome horsey content. Like I said, we're almost done with the big projects now. And then, oh dear, my water is overflowing. That was clever of me. Yeah, and then we're going to get back to doing... What is even happening here? Oh, goodness. This hose is a crazy thing. We have one of these flexi hoses. And I kid you not, it's just like a snake. Like, because it's floppy, the water pressure makes it fly around. It's like trying to catch a flipping snake. It's crazy. The amount of times I have been viciously blasted by water with that thing. I don't enjoy it. Anyway, yes, hopefully we'll get back to some good horsey content. I'm going to try and stick with our like Wednesday, Sunday routine. I'll try and get back on top of my shorts videos as well. But yeah, big project, almost done. And then we'll just be concentrating on horses all winter. And it's going to be so exciting. I'm really looking forward to it. I have plans. I'm not going to announce the plans because my plans tend to go down the toilet. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut and just keep my head down and plough on with stuff, and hopefully everything will go well. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. This video's got way longer than I planned it to be. Yeah, see you soon, guys.